Alright, so this is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. We're going to be posting this directly to YouTube. Tonight, I'm going to be building a new computer. So, let's go ahead and get started. Took a little trip down to Micro Center for those of you who follow me on Instagram. Not too many exciting videos there, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and, with this being kind of a new, almost like a walk and talk kind of thing, this will be a little bit different than what I normally do. So Micro Center was running a deal with the board, the AM5 chip, and this RAM. So this is Flare X5 DDR5 RAM. So let's go ahead and get this installed real quick. Not the first time I've ever installed RAM. Oh, they even get a little sticker. That's kind of cute. See if I can even get it popped out of here without feeling like I'm gonna break it. I know I'm not, but there's always that little bit of nervousness. Okay. So we need, it actually tells you right here on the board what to do first. So it wants this one, and then it wants this one right here, that's kind of cool that it actually tells you physically on the board right there. Okay, I believe that is in. I guess we'll find out if it's not, if it doesn't post. So after streaming on my old hunk of junk for however many years, definitely time for an upgrade. All right, so that doesn't feel like that's all the way in. Oh, there we go. I just need to press a little bit harder. All right. I don't know why pressing down on that gives me the nerves. So this will be a first for me. Is going to be opening a CPU. So this is the one part that I'm super nervous about, is doing CPU things. I don't know why, but this is like kind of what has kept me from building a computer. So hopefully I can conquer my fears here in a second, and we can get this installed without breaking any pins. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, this is probably not the correct order of operations, but we will pretend it is. Fortunately, oh, yeah, okay. Alright, it's got a cute little Ryzen 7 sticker. There's the manual. And somehow you get it out of here. Okay, I see. So you got to kind of lift up here. Pull out. Oh my gosh, those pins are so... Okay, this is interesting. So, for some reason, I was thinking it was going to be like a physical pinout, but it looks like the pins are actually on the board. So, we'll see how this goes. So this is the Ryzen 7, AMD Ryzen 7 7700X. So, let's see here. This should be something like that, and then man, that is That is nerve-wracking. So all the pins are down there. Okay, so I'm going to take the CPU here, hopefully not drop it. And we have our arrows lined up right there. And I believe... Okay, so it says remove. Oh, okay. That literally pops right off. Wow, that feels really, really tight. Okay. Okay. It seems to be on. It seems to be, I don't know if seated is the correct term, but holy cow, that is something. All right, so the next thing that's going to have to happen is for me to find out if this cooler that I have with fan will actually go on here. So this is a Cool Master. So I'm actually going to need to grab my toolkit from iFixit. So it's been like 12 hours. I got a fan that'll work. This is the AG400 single tower CPU cooler. GAMMAXX series. Thanks Amazon for coming in clutch. They were able to get it here. Like, yeah, about less than 12 hours. So, because I definitely wasn't going to make it all the way down, back down to where I should have just purchased a heatsink. So, warning, remove, yeah, thank you. I will definitely do that. That doesn't quite seem right, but... Alright, so it shows we're just literally placing these on there. Okay. Like that is not correct. It might be. It's not these. This has got to be the Intel one. Okay, so it's just that first one didn't go on very well. Okay, that's kind of weird. I would have assumed those slots would line up a little bit different, but I suppose that makes sense. Well, on C-Chat, this is why I should be paying attention. I have these other screws that I should have set more to the side, because I hope they're not those. I hope they are, in fact, these. Okay, that feels good. I just from working on mechanical pieces of equipment, I always hand tighten things first rather than just going straight for the screwdriver. I don't know if that's necessarily the right way or the wrong way to do it for electronics, but that is the way I'm doing it. I'm gonna stick with what I know. And this is probably not the perfect amount of thermal paste, but that's okay. And then, because I'm a weirdo, I like to spread my thermal compound just so I know if I have enough, which definitely feel like I need more. Should have grabbed a they did have thermal paste with like a putty knife. Kind of wish I would have snagged some of that now. All right, we're gonna hope and pray that is the right amount. Peel this warning sticker off. Okay, and then it does show you which direction the air is going to be blowing, so I want the air to blow out the back of the case right here. So we will get that screwed down. Alright, so I have label for CPU fan number 1 up here. I'm going to try. Let's see, can we get this moved just ever so slightly? There's a little twist tie on here. I'm going to try and keep this somewhat cable managed. I don't really know where to put this cord though. Let's see, I'm going to try to... This might be terrible. Someone is going to be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I'm going to be like, once again, I don't know. I think for now... We will plug it in like that. There is this little, like, groove right here that you can line up so that you don't plug this in the wrong way. Okay, so we have our motherboard mostly assembled. Now we're gonna have to start looking at the case. Use my... You know, I still have the pocket knife sitting here. Maybe I should be using that, but... Well... Set this on the floor and pull it up. Well, this is a really light case. Okay, this is kind of cool. Maybe we can get it out of here, though. It's not coming. It doesn't want to be built. All right. Here we go. And if this case is not big enough, then we pull apart my other case and stick this thing in here. This is a Montech, because that definitely means something to me. It does come with this, like, it's a magnetic air filter on top, which is pretty cool. This thing has a lot of airflow capacity. It's got 3 fans on the front, and it was on sale for like $49, $50 bucks. So it has one USB 3 header on the top, 2 USB 2, and then it's already got some stuff like already cable managed in there for us, which is kind of cool. All right, so let's see if we accidentally break our side panel. So let's check out what we have in here. So there is a slot down here for, looks like our hard drive, but we are using an SSD. It's got a manual, some extra screws and standoffs, which will be quite helpful, I'm sure. And a whole bunch of cables that I don't know really what they go to. Oh, here, this must be the stuff that's already connected. So there's a USB 3 header here. Some HD audio. That's interesting. That must run to the front of the case. So, I think what we'll do next is actually open up our power supply and get that in here. So, this should just... Wow, that fits a little too perfectly. I like it a little too much. Okay. So, use our handy-dandy screws they sent us now. I'm not saying that they need to have better graphics, but I'm kind of saying they need to have better graphics. These are blurry as can be, and I can barely see what they say. And I have not been drinking today because I don't drink. In my grand stupidity, I guess we'll try this out and see if these fit. Now that I'm putting this in here, I realize I've got this, it's like this piece of plastic that's still on this cord here, which doesn't look like the camera can quite see. Like a label. I probably should have taken that off already. Let's see if we can sneak this out of here. Pull this off. Okay. I don't want to push too hard on this now that I have this in here, but it feels like it is not lined up properly. There we go. All right. Whew. Okay. Hopefully the hardest part. I am going to now try to install a GPU. So this is my RTX 3060 out of my old case and old PC. So if this does not fit, well, we're going to have to switch the cases around, and that's going to be a bummer. And it's going to be close. Oh, I think it will fit, though. Okay, just barely. It's barely going to fit. Whew! Okay, so this is different. You actually have to, like, pop these off for which one you need. That's... I don't know if I like that. That is interesting. Okay, so I need to, I guess, calculate where exactly this GPU is going to line up. which I think it's just going to be these top two. All right. It's actually going to be these, the two right beneath it. Okay. So somehow I need to punch out these. I need to punch out these two screens. They are definitely aluminum. I'd like to keep them as intact as possible. Okay, so they literally just bend. You can literally just bend them out. That is kind of weird. I might actually have to abort mission here because I'm worried it's going to touch. There are some of whatever these are down here. Worried I'm going to break those. It is like, it's touching one of them now. So I'm going to abort that. I'm going to take the motherboard back out, pop these off, put it back in. We'll catch up there. Okay, so I managed to get our little flaps off the back so that we can put our GPU in, and the motherboard is screwed back in. So let us go ahead and insert the GPU, which, holy crap, is almost too big. It barely fits. Okay. It is in. Let me see if I can grab this camera. You will see the GPU comes all the way over onto this, let's see, whatever this metal piece is here, part of the chassis. So it is high and tight like your grandmother's hair. Potentially moving in the right direction. Alright, so we'll have a beautifully black power supply in this beautifully black case, or chassis, as the cool kids call it. Will there be a stream on Friday? It's beginning to look like no. I should probably have this all put back together and Windows loaded by that point. Worst comes to worst, though, I can just use my old PC to stream from. Just gotta figure out where all the wires go. Okay. Here, put all my random assorted screws that I don't know what to go to in my little iFixit under tray. Okay. That actually plugged in easier, I think. Make sure that's snapped. It is. Am I a professional? Not in the slightest. Okay, I don't know. CPU power 1, CPU power 2. Alright, so I'm going to try and wimble-womble my hand in here. Be nice if the top of the case also came off. Sweet fancy Moses. Okay, I got one in. And oh, come on, baby. Okay. Those are both in. 1 terabyte SSD. Taking forever just to get to this point. Better way to open this? No? Okay. SATA SSD. Maybe I should point that out. Knowing my luck, this didn't actually come with a SATA port. Nope, sure didn't. You have the drive, though. So... Good thing I have some extra SATA cables. Okay, so with our million of screws, I'm gonna guess that the rounded ones with no lips are the ones that go in here. Survey says no. Okay. So do I have any more with the lip? I doubt this is gonna fit. This looks way too big. Yep. All right. Let me find my extra screws. Okay. And while I was over there, I grabbed my extra SATA cables. So I picked this up on Amazon. It's like a whole bunch of different assorted PC standoffs and screws. So hopefully there's something in here that will fit this. If there isn't, I don't know what I'm going to think. Will these fit? Oh, hey, those will fit. Okay. SSD, some power, and some talkie talk. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. Okay. Somehow the slit on here. So there's tracks on the bottom of this. should somehow magically line up. However, if you're Nick the Fist live, nothing's easy. Alright. That is now connected, I think. Okay, so now I have some, like, chassis cords, essentially. So I have an HD audio, USB front header, and a USB 3 header. So I gotta figure out where these plug into on the motherboard. And we still need to get power to our GPU. So see some RGB stuff, some system fan stuff. I'd say I'd consult the manual, but the manual's kind of crap. Alright, let's see. So I have this... I'm guessing those are my USB headers down here, maybe? Time to do a good old-fashioned Google search on the phone. So there's the USB header down here at the bottom, another USB header. This is the front USB 3 header that I brought in. And then I still, over here, this one's labeled audio. So then after that, I will just need to figure out where the power goes. So for now, let us get those in the works, ideally without tipping anything over. So I'm going to try to feed these in the back. So the audio one should be on this far side. And the USB should be closer to that middle. Okay, so this is my USB. So you'll see there's not a pin here, so it's gonna go on one of these two, and I think I'm just gonna put it to this closest one here, if I can manage to get enough slack. Okay, and then my audio, if my fat fingers can get it. It's going to be real similar, but it's missing a pin here, so that should go like this. Okay, so all that we have left is power to the GPU and figuring out where this power cord plugs in. So, luckily, I still have one of these. So let's get one more cord jammed down into the butthole of this thing. Temporarily. Run this into this. I don't plan on putting a second GPU in here, but it is possible. Nick the Fist, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Maybe it should be Nick the Fist, are you smarter than your 3-year-old? Because I'm sure she would have had this thing put together already. Or she would have started watching Paw Patrol halfway through and it'd never get finished. That is probably more likely the case. Alright. So for now, this is going to come from the top side. And one day I may or may not fix it and have it come from the bottom. Okay. But that is going to look good and ugly, just like that. There's a little port right there. Okay, so now I just need to figure out where on Earth this these last couple of chords go. You would assume that it would be labeled PW. Okay. Everything's finally connected. I will include a wonderful little YouTube video on that, and let's see if this turns on. Because I have a feeling I did something wrong. So basically what I'm going to do, I need to update the BIOS probably, and whatnot. So I'm just going to run cable, or power to it. We're going to see if the fans turn on, and if they do, great. And if they don't, well, then back to the drawing board. So I need power cord. So basically, I'm not going to seal it back up till I know that at least the power is good to go. Okay. Now back this up. Beep, beep, beep. We're backing up. Survey says oh my gosh, it's alive. All right. Well, hopefully this weekend I'll be gaming on this bad boy.